This wasn't the plan. Don't wanna demand it. I've done what I can. And I never mentioned the times you were rude. And I never mentioned when you hear the truth. Scared to lose it all. I won't stand a chance. And I don't wanna fake it. What if I can't walk away? Got me staying away. Hoping I don't make the same mistake. Same mistake. Hoping I don't make the same mistake. I don't like to leave things unresolved. Maybe it's madness. I'm begging you, please pick up the call. You're causing me damage. I should've known, wasn't your fault. Don't even matter. I wasn't thinking clear, trying to take it there. Scared to lose it all. I won't stand a chance. And I don't wanna fake it. What if I can't walk away? I got me standing in the rain. Hoping I don't make the same mistake. Same mistake. Hoping I don't make the same mistake. Hoping I don't make the same mistake.
Welcome. It's the Illuminerdi, and we're back for another Marvel watch-along. And this week is the first episode of The Falcon and the Winter Soldier. I'm Braxton Timberlake. Along with me, I got TC.
What up, guys?
We have Caitlin.
Hi.
And we have Richard. All from
What up?
Illuminerdi. Say what's up, Rich.
What is
Excellent.
up?
How you guys doing? You ready for some more Marvel action?
Yeah, it's been 2 weeks too long.
Right, that drought that last week, it was just like, oh damn, I have nothing to look forward to on Thursday night.
Although, if you guys haven't yet, check out Assembled. The first episode is up for WandaVision. So good.
Well, tell us what you thought about it, man.
I loved it, honestly. Like, it's about an hour long. It dives into like everything about the show. I mean, you get the director, the producers, Elizabeth Olsen, Paul Bettany talking about everything. I'm a music school graduate, so there's this huge music section on it, how they, did all the theme songs, which was absolutely great. And I personally loved it. For anybody who loves behind the scenes stuff, it's a good watch.
It's a good holdover, but now we're ready for some big time action. But let's wrap up WandaVision one final time before we get into the Falcons, before we throw the last show in the past, because it's interesting having this revolving door of Marvel content. WandaVision ended. We had our last wrap up 2 weeks ago for the season finale, and now we're moving to something more high octane. But we're going from a mystery box to a straight up action show. What did you guys think of WandaVision? What it provided, and where we're going to go next in the Marvel universe? Let's start with you, Caitlin.
I really liked WandaVision. I'm someone who studied TV in college, so the fact that it was kind of a love letter to American television was something I really enjoyed. And I also really liked the mystery aspect and how they weaved the sitcom and mystery and Marvel universe all together by the end. But I will say I understand people who are just like, man, I want an action show. I want that just classic Marvel. So I'm very excited for Falcon and Winter Soldier too.
Awesome. What did you think, TC, of WandaVision?
It was an interesting experiment, but ultimately WandaVision hurt my soul. And it's not even WandaVision's fault. It's my own fault for my own expectations. Okay,
Can't get past Ralph Boner, huh?
I had high expectations for freaking WandaVision. All these, these little Easter eggs and teasers, and I guess it's just my fault that my expectations were like super high. But I'm going into this one, Falcon and the Winter Soldier, with limited expectations, so it's going to exceed them. Hopefully, I'm not going to make the same mistake I made with WandaVision.
I'm going to let you off the hook a little bit, man, because one of the thing about the expectations about WandaVision is there were all these red herrings, right? What's interesting that we're finding out in the past few days is that the showrunner didn't even read the comics and didn't know who Mephisto was, and all this crazy stuff. How do you get a job working for Marvel and have a writer's room without people that know what the actual story is? I don't even know how. I don't even understand how the story was adapted without even at least bypassingly knowing who these characters are. So I think you're off the hook a little bit, TC. Because typically when, and especially in TV, especially in TV, when you put up these little clues and these little things, they're meant to be picked up later on. A lot of things weren't picked up, so I think that you're not alone there. That's for sure.
There's a lot of fan blaming going on out there. Did not appreciate that.
It's you're actually excited about our content? What's going on with you?
What's wrong with you?
Oh, now we're moving into the Falcon and Winter Soldier. So let's talk about our expectations for this show. Everyone has different experiences with the MCU and Captain America franchise, and now we're extending both of those things in a whole brand new direction. Caitlin, give me just two different expectations that you have for the show coming into it before we actually watch the first episode.
I'm expecting a lot of really good action sequences because we had that kind of at the end of WandaVision, but this feels more like we're going to get that here. And I really like Zemo because he's that manipulative villain. So I'm expecting to see more of that, and I'm excited about that.
Awesome. Richard, what are you expecting?
A lot of what Caitlin said, a lot of awesome action. We were talking in the pre-chat before we went live that personally to me, the Captain America trilogy, I think is easily the best solo trilogy in the MCU so far. I don't think it's even a contest because all three movies are incredible. And I can't wait to get more, in-depth stories for both Sam and Bucky because they both played, really well, obviously. They both played supporting roles up to this moment. And this series is going to feature them heavily because they're the stars of the series, obviously. Like Caitlin was saying, I can't wait for more Zemo. He's obviously one of the top tier MCU villains. And there's so much more I'm excited for, but I'll get to that, at some point.
There you go. Well, I'll piggyback on both of your guys' points. I am looking forward to them exploring Sam and Bucky more. What's interesting, and I didn't really think about until right now in this moment of time, is that both Sam and Bucky have no internal motivations in the Marvel universe beyond helping Captain America. So it'll be really interesting to see what makes them tick, what their purpose is, and how they fit into the larger scope of what's going on in the future of the MCU. As far as Baron Zemo, I'm excited to see that mask. I always call Baron Zemo the Putin of the MCU because he made all the whole MCU fight itself. You know what I mean? So I think there's some really interesting, ripe things that they could do since the time that the Winter Soldier came out, or since Civil War came out when he was introduced, and now just in the real world, what they could really play with a lot of things. And then on a more serious level, I am looking forward to action, but with this story, they have an opportunity to do some things that they kind of did like in Watchmen, where they could talk about some real life societal issues. They could play with history and kind of tie it into the MCU. I'm interested in not just the shield, the Captain America shield as an action tool, but I'm interested in as exploration of the American flag and like what it means to, you know, a symbolism of America and passing it on to the next generation, who not everyone might not be as excited to see.
Legacy of patriotism.
Oh, no doubt, no doubt,
for sure.
TC, what are your expectations? I know you have big ones.
So I'm not gonna let Richard off the hook, because he did say that his favorite trilogy is Captain America trilogy. So Richard, in less than 10 seconds, rank them from favorite to worst. Go.
Captain America, Iron Man, Thor.
Actually, no, I meant rank the Captain America
movies.
Captain America movies. Oh, the trilogy. Civil War, Winter Soldier, first Avenger.
Nice. Okay.
Let's go round robin. I like this. I'll go Winter Soldier, Civil War, First Avenger, but it doesn't mean I don't like the First Avenger.
Yeah, First Avenger is a great movie.
Yeah.
I'll go Winter Soldier, First Avenger, and Civil War.
Ooh,
That's mine. I say same thing as TC.
Yeah, maybe you're in the minority, Brax.
Well, I mean, let's just talk about that a little bit. So, First Avenger. I mean, because hopefully that's going to all tie into this. I recently rewatched the whole trilogy as well, and it's amazing how much opportunity they have to explore. You know, obviously, First Avenger really went into the history of Bucky and Bucky and Steve's friendship. So you really get to see what he was like before all of the war and the super adventures and all that kind of stuff, and see who the core of the character is. In the Winter Soldier, obviously we got introduced to Sam, and we got to see his connection to the military and how he was helping other veterans. And you know, that was the brief glimpse that we got into the person behind the Falcon costume. So I'm really excited to see more of that stuff happen.
I will say that's one of my favorite things in Winter Soldier was seeing not only Sam at the actual VA hospital, but how he was very strategic in how he kind of approached Steve with when he checked in on him, and then the big moment of "it's your bed, right? It's too soft." Like that was very well done.
That was a great moment.
Mm-hmm.
I love Winter Soldier just because of the silent assassin in Winter Soldier and the whole espionage angle. I think Captain America 1 is a beautiful timepiece, and the reason I rank Civil War so low is just because it felt like more of Civil War, civil pillow fight, because I didn't really feel the stakes. There you go, civil dispute. But that's kind of how I rank them. And in terms of your question, Brax, the expectations, I'm going in with low expectations, and we didn't get much from WandaVision, but we did get is character development. Like I care a lot more about Wanda now, seeing her in future movies, than I ever did before. And I think the same thing's going to happen here with Bucky and Falcon. We're going to get to know them, spend time with them, and be able to care about them way more when we see them appear in future movies. Aside from that, action. I want to see U.S. Agent. I want to see a really interesting, thread plot line going throughout the whole series. Like I'm just stoked for pretty much all of it.
There we go. This series is interesting because it was originally supposed to be the first Disney Plus series to debut and kind of kick off this whole new, not just phase, but era of Marvel on the small screen. So we do know that obviously there had to have been changes. They stopped filming for a while and then started filming again. There were rumors of different elements from the comics being used. Like someone brought up earlier in our pre-talk about the Mad Bomb, which is something that's supposed to make people go crazy. So it'll be really interesting to see if they still keep those elements, if those elements were true, and or what direction they're planning on to go to now. So I'm ready for this.
I will say chronologically, I'm glad WandaVision came out first because that was set about 3 weeks after Endgame, and then this is about 6 months. So for that reason, I like that.
Yeah, for sure.
And you get the worst one out of the way first.
Hopefully. That's a nice little sneak punch.
Mike dropped.
Hopefully the other ones are going to exceed that. We'll see.
Yeah, that's true.
I'll say this. The Falcon and the Winter Soldier, when everything was first announced almost 2 years ago, this was the one I was really most looking forward to.
Agreed. Me as well.
Bueller?
Me as well.
It's 12 o'clock. Are we good to start the episode?
Well, let's see if it's actually let's see. Got it? It's going. Is it going to start? Is the question.
And real quickly, we've got our first kind of question in the comments. Did you guys at the Illuminerdi already see the first episode? Do we want to tackle that? Do we want to reveal anything? Or
Yeah. Half of us did, half of us didn't.
Yeah.
You'll have to be the guest of that.
It's
Based
your
on our
guess.
reactions.
Yeah, exactly.
The people that are reacting the biggest are the ones that saw it already.
Now I'll say this: the people that have seen it have only seen it once, and it was almost a week ago. So it's kind of like we're going in fresh.
We're all in the Universal movie theater together now, though, so it really doesn't matter. When the lights go down, we're all watching the same show. So
yeah. I can't wait
All
to be in a movie theater again.
Right?
It'll be nice just to hear that the cheers and the laughs and you know what I mean, and laughing at things that aren't funny because other people are laughing around you. You know what I mean? That kind of stuff. Like,
I think there'll be a standing ovation too, like before every show. Like, hey, we're finally back.
Right?
Yep.
There might be.
All right, well let's see if it starts.
Yeah,
let's try
I've
to
got it
cue
up. I've got it up at least. I have it paused, but it's ready to go.
Same.
Yeah. And also, for those wondering on time, it's just under 50 minutes in total, including credits.
Man, I don't like their credits. They're so long.
You really have that many people to thank in the credits? I guess so. 7 minutes.
Yeah,
more.
right.
Well, you say that so you work on a project and they don't credit you. Take it for somebody around here.
True.
No, like I from people that I know people from like my college, and there's people that I've known who've actually worked on Marvel projects before. And I mean, it's cool sitting through the credits and seeing stuff like that. People that you know in there.
Yeah, but for this, it feels like it tricks you on the time.
Yeah, no, a little bit. Yeah.
Well, with that being said, I am excited to have these longer episodes to have them breathe a little bit more, and hopefully,
especially to start.
Yeah,
Yeah.
hopefully it helps the pacing. You know.
I will say one of my complaints about WandaVision was it felt like, especially with the early episodes, as soon as you were like starting to get into it, it was over.
Yeah.
Right.
A little bit, yeah.
All right. Well,
All right.
you guys ready to dig in?
Yep.
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 I'm good when you guys are.
All right. Well, let's do the countdown.
All right.
1, 2, 3, and let's watch Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Play.
Previously on the MCU.
What if it did start off with that?
That's Legends.
Yeah. I'm trying to see. I don't think there's any WandaVision in here yet, but maybe at some point they'll add it in. I love that they end off with the Panther punch into the ground. Now that's pretty cool. Iron Man.
I can't believe I got that joke. But I get it.
Like the worst time to make a joke, man.
Oh God. Oh
All right.
no.
Oh, this is an emo moment too.
I'm going to hell, aren't I? Yeah, this doesn't look all happy and cheery right now.
Wanda's gonna come for you, man. You're getting stuck in Westview for that.
Please don't Catherine Hahn me. In-game dialogue. Do we think Steve's going to show up in this series? I mean,
He just did. That's it.
Yeah, that I don't think there's going to be any more than that.
Low expectations. He's not showing up. Okay? He's not.
Yeah, Paul Bettany just screwed with all of our
He
minds with
burned
that whole-
everyone with that.
That was messed up.
You could already tell how much more cinematic the cinematography is.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh, Steve Rogers free fall.
That's how I would like skydive too if I could just lean back.
Yeah, this looks like a Captain America movie in the show. And we assume that Sam's still just Falcon, not Captain America yet.
I don't.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
it doesn't look like he has a shield with him right now.
No. Oh, that looks cool.
Well, he's back in the military too, because I assumed he was discharged before, or court-martialed, given the Sokovian Accords.
I mean, he did save the universe.
He did. You'd think they'll have some leniency for saving literally half of all life in the universe. Whoa!
With that being said, they have to address that in the show.
Mm-hmm.
I bet the Accords are going to come more into play. Oh, Batroc.
Is that George St. Pierre?
That
is.
Here.
Yeah,
Winter Soldier.
it's very cool.
I mean, the fact that they got an actual MMA fighter to play that role, pretty impressive.
It's a nice parallel too. You have Winter Soldier starting with Steve fighting this guy, and now Falcon and Winter Soldier with Sam fighting him.
That's a great point. I'd heard he was going to be in the nice.
That
I
just,
heard he was going to be in the show, but I didn't know it was going to come this early.
that just reminded me of the scene in Winter Soldier where Cap's like running along the ship. That's
Yes.
a freaking awesome ship.
Seriously, you take out like the MCU and all the superhero stuff, Winter Soldier's the best thing that the MCU's ever put out. Oh!
Wait. Falcon's not like metahuman, right? He's just
Nah.
No, he's just a guy. Oh, that's not good.
that sidekick looked like it had some strength to it.
Yeah, right. Yeah, do we think he's like been enhanced at all, like Steve, or is he still just Sam?
I don't
don't
think
know.
so.
I wouldn't think so either, but who knows?
I think that's going
Oh.
to play into the series. Ooh.
Yeah.
It could.
Because I kind of feel like he's the only one who's not superpowered.
Yeah. Yeah, he's one of the rare ones that isn't. Oh, the wings look awesome. Do we think they're still Stark tech or something different?
Oh, is his costume?
Yeah, the wings.
Yeah, probably is.
Yeah. Oh,
Uh,
nice.
That should be his shield.
Yeah, right.
That's dope.
Get him some vibranium wings.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, I was kind of bummed that they didn't do more with vibranium after, especially after the way that movie ended.
Wait and see.
We'll see. And then they're gonna have to go
Yeah.
a totally new direction with Black Panther 2. So
These are the weirdest like parachute suits.
nice.
Forgot what
I
they call them. The flying squirrel suits. I forgot what they call them.
Totally. And Sam's wings the suit in general just looks more fluid than ever.
Yeah. And I
Like
was
that
gonna say,
looks.
I dig how he's using it. Like
Me
how
too.
he uses it during the fight.
Yo, this
Oh.
is some Star Wars pod racer action.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, totally. But good.
Uh,
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, no, if you told me I was watching a TV show right now, I wouldn't be able to tell that this wasn't a movie.
Yeah.
This looks so good. Oh! He's cute. Go ahead, pet him. Yeah, Red Wing didn't have any artillery before, did it?
I don't know.
see,
I think it was
I like these moments because when they have like Falcon in the ensemble group, you're always like what's Falcon gonna do? What's Falcon gonna do? But this is freaking showing you what Falcon could do on his own, you know?
Yeah.
Seriously,
Like he's no chump.
he can hold his own. Oh, that dude's dead.
Yeah. That was this Will Smith moment.
What's
Uh-oh.
Knock, knock.
Triangle. I can't say the second word.
Oh man. Also, I think that's the first time we've heard Batroc actually speak English. Ooh.
So he definitely has the no kill rule.
Well, it's
Oh,
a military operation.
Well, neither
Yo,
does
Captain-
Batman. Neither does Batman in the DCEU.
Well, Captain America is a straight murderer in his trilogy.
Right. I like how Marvel just doesn't care
Seriously.
about that. Yeah.
yeah, it's not
No.
really a thing.
No.
But it's essential to Batman. Okay, it was enough.
Let's not get into that debate here.
Snyder.
That'll turn into an entire episode.
Oh yeah. Maybe someday. No, we wouldn't be able to do a Snyder Cut watch along. There's no way we'd be able to sit through 4 hours worth of stuff. That looks so cool.
Like he hasn't been the entire time?
Right? He didn't go into this one on however many.
Woo!
Oh.
That was sick.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh.
Holy crap. Whoa!
Nice.
Oh!
Heat seekers.
Oh, shoot.
Oh, nice.
Nice. Oh! This is already like more straight Falcon action, I think, than we've gotten in the whole MCU.
Yes.
Stark, yeah. Wow.
I like that they're addressing this.
Yeah. Oh.
Oh.
There we go. You were onto something, Brax.
It's a really interesting way to play with that.
Yeah. Oh.
Nice.
They're already setting up conspiracy theories. Captain America's on the moon.
Yeah, right.
Talking about like let's like a sword.
You fly him to the moon.
Well, sword is a thing now, so
Yeah.
yeah.
I also wonder if that's like a low key Inhumans tease.
Yeah. Well, there's been all that Inhumans chatter for the last few months.
Cap.
Miss Marvel's coming up in a few months.
That one's gonna be good. Rudy.
There's Rhodey. I really like the sound of the shield.
Me too. Wow.
He's still alive, right? He's just old.
Probably.
Yeah.
Oh, wow,
The
that's
general-
bad, man. That's a bad move.
It's probably assumed. You could probably presume that the general public thinks he's dead, though.
Yeah.
Or
Right.
just hiding somewhere.
Well, because it'd be hard to explain. He's 100 years old now, like literally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Plus,
Literally
you want to let him
only
take a break.
Bruce, Sam, and Bucky know what really happened.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
True.
I mean, unless they told the rest of the team, but
I'm sure they did, but that's the core. I love how they keep coming back to the Smithsonian. That's
Yeah.
just reoccurring throughout
yeah,
the whole
it's super
trilogy.
cool. Yeah. The Vanished. Mhm.
Standing on the Nazi's back. Love it.
Nothing bad about that. Yeah. I'm Jewish. I had family actually get out of the Holocaust, so that's a big one for me.
I think the Smithsonian is not private. I think it's technically government owned, so this was a bad move.
I didn't even think about that.
That's a
That
great point.
I could be wrong, but
is this how is this how maybe like the U.S. agent ends up with the shield?
Ooh. So remember when in the first Avenger when he looked into the recruitment poster and he was like,
yeah.
that was
Ooh.
that was like a mirror of that same shot with him looking at
That's
the shield.
super cool. I
Yeah.
love it. I bet
It's
there's gonna
called-
be a lot of that, like Captain America callbacks.
Mm-hmm.
I'm surprised War Machine is in this in the first episode.
Yeah, I was not expecting this early.
Me neither. And him and Sam seem
I
cool
guess-
now.
Yeah.
Well, they were friends by the end of Infinity War. Remember, Rhodey was
Right.
the one looking for Sam.
Yeah, they're
he
talking,
was-
Age of Ultron also. They're talking at the party.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But then they were,
Ooh.
oh, that's Bucky.
Let's go. The long hair.
Oh no,
That
that's
ain't Bucky. That's the Terminator.
Oh,
That's
I
Winter
bet this is a
Soldier.
nightmare.
either flashback and nightmare or both. Yeah, he's
Yeah,
still
look
got
at
his,
his arm.
yeah, he's
Oh
still
my-
got his Winter Soldier on.
Dude, his combat is freaking dope.
What did I do to piss off a grumpy old dude with a Winter Soldier arm?
You can't even fight this guy. You just gotta hope he makes it fast.
Yeah,
Hydra, shoot.
He's COVID ready with his mask.
Man, he was ahead of the time.
Oh my god.
You better look at that keyhole, partner.
Right?
I know you're
Sitting
I know
there
you're
way
scared.
too long, man.
Right?
Focus.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That's what I would say, though. I ain't gonna lie.
I'd
I'm
play
blind. I'm blind.
I'd play dead. I act like I got hit by a stray bullet.
Yeah. Oh! Oh, yeah. There we go. Nightmare.
I like that they're addressing this trauma.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Part.
Yeah, he's a mass murderer, man.
Yeah.
An assassin.
Well, if he got pardoned, then that definitely explains Sam.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I think it's interesting they pardoned Bucky because I think technically he's like an enemy combatant in a lot of ways.
He's
Killed a lot
technically,
of
what's the
people.
word I'm looking for? Crazy.
I'm sure that license plate needs something. That's some Easter egg.
No Easter eggs.
He already broke that.
Well, yeah.
And he broke it worse.
Oh,
Oh, Buck.
real life Grand Theft Auto? Wow.
I need to get me one of those.
Hacking a senator's car is terrorism.
I bet we're going to hear Bucky talk more in this one than we have, like, since First Avenger.
He didn't talk at all. Yeah. Well, yeah. In first Avenger
Oh.
he talked.
Well, barely in Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
The forced smile.
Oh, we need to pause on that list. Damn.
I saw Zemo
Mhm.
on there.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the one I noticed.
I don't know about that.
That's not a good
That's-
test because I wouldn't give her my phone.
I wouldn't give her my phone.
Yeah.
I'm sure he's got so many rules.
He probably deleted everything right before he gave it to her.
Oh.
Damn, kind of therapist is she? You should just kill yourself. There you go.
It sounds like projection.
That's really unprofessional.
Not good at this.
No.
It's like really serious PTSD.
Mm-hmm.
Be interesting if we actually get to see flashbacks of Sam and Wakanda.
Yeah, that'd be.
Bucky.
Or Bucky and Wakanda. Yeah.
Oh, Bucky and
I would have wanted to go back to Wakanda if I was him.
Yeah.
why did he leave?
I mean, I know, like.
Oh. This makes more sense now.
Yeah. Like, he's probably been through more mental trauma than probably anybody in the whole franchise.
Paging the Wanda
He's got,
Maximoff.
like,
Yeah, I'd say maybe him and Wanda.
I would say, including Wanda. He's right up there with Wanda.
I'd say, yeah, up there with her.
Because
I would say
he's
more
60
than Wanda.
He's 60 to 70 years older than Wanda, and he's been tortured the entire time.
He wasn't
Also,
awake for all of it, though.
he's got a ton of murders under his belt too.
Yeah.
Whoa!
Whoa, okay.
That's a...
That guy's
What?
ready to throw down.
I'm with the old man now. What was that? See, Bucky is a friend.
Yeah, he's got the one.
He's got a new wingman.
Good call on that one.
I love that his friend is an older man because that's the same like mental age.
right.
He's
Yeah.
100 and what? 100.
Oh, that makes hella sense.
Yeah.
He looks like he's 30, but he's actually over 100.
Did he just set him up on a date with her?
Yep.
He totally just did. That dude hooked Bucky up. Probably hasn't. Like, actually.
I love I need a dance metaphor in the MCU.
Yeah. Me too.
I just want to find a girl to dance with.
I love Moki.
Moki's good.
Oh my god.
Oh no. Don't tell me it was Bucky who did it.
The guy from the nightmare.
Oh no.
Oh, I mean,
That.
connect the dots. Yeah.
Oh, that's. Is he one of his amends?
That's a terrible choice, Bucky.
He's one of the people on the list.
He's gotta be.
Louisiana.
Delacroix. Okay. Well, isn't Mackie from New Orleans?
Mm-hmm.
That's
It looks like a straight F-150 commercial.
It totally does. So
The best
like
a man can get.
Yeah, you know.
Oh, wait, no.
So I got you though.
Yeah. But that totally looked like one of those Super Bowl truck commercials.
Hey, Marvel knows how to sell their cars, man.
Uncle Sam.
Uncle Sam. Oh, okay.
Uncle Sam.
I wouldn't want to be called that.
Oh my God. Uncle Sam and he's Captain America. Are you
Yeah.
kidding me?
It's perfect.
This is his sister, looks like.
Mm-hmm.
You got a Marvel at it. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Space cape. Oh. Just struggling.
Well, yeah, he probably only gets like paid the same amount as soldiers.
Yeah. Yeah, things are not good for her.
Falcon's got to be rich, right?
Oh.
Same guy who got like blown up the day before.
Right? Totally brothers and sister. This is some real life stuff. He's got to have some pull as an Avenger, you'd think,
Why do you think he wants to go to the bank?
right?
Doesn't he work for the government? I'm sure he gets paid well.
You'd think something. I mean,
Not if
I
it's
know
soldiers' wages.
Yeah. Back to Bucky. Yep.
Aw, he brought flowers.
Yep. Good old fashioned gentleman.
Who murders people?
I was like, why would you bring that up?
That was in the past. Come on.
He's so awkward.
Kind of reminds me of Cap. You know how Cap would act.
Hey, y'all peep the mechanical arm on that golden
Right.
thing movie?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
$106.
106.
Remember, he was the one that was smooth in First Avengers?
Oh, totally.
He had all the game.
Right.
Yeah, poor circulation. Okay. Yeah.
Could say prosthetic.
Yeah. Actually, the prosthetic thing would work.
Mm-hmm. It's what it is.
Yeah. Just a highly.
They're gonna play Battleship.
Oh, the.
It's not gonna stop.
Piss them off.
It's not gonna stop. I've seen those. They don't stop.
They kept going. Yep.
Oh no, does she mean it literally?
She's trying to get him messed up.
Oh man. Is his metabolism like Steve's?
Yeah, I would assume so.
Right.
Like interrogating them.
Right? It's a lot of stuff for a first date. Yeah, that's not going to end well. Messed him up then.
heavy for a first date, lady.
Yeah,
Seriously.
What are you doing? You trying to scare him away?
Deep shit.
Like if I was on a first date and that came up, I'd be like, okay.
I'd be just like, whew.
Oh no.
No,
Yep.
no, damn
All
it.
this.
Just tell him. Say, hey.
Oh, it's coming.
I don't know how you tell him.
Yeah.
I would just
Like, do you think these people know that he's who
No,
he
he
is?
doesn't look like the Winter Soldier.
yeah, no.
Well, nobody
hair-
knows what the Winter Soldier looks like.
But
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
even if they had pictures during like any of the battles with him,
He had a mask.
yeah, mask
Yeah.
and haircut.
Yeah. I mean, you'd have to have gone, yeah.
Well then,
Well, there we go. There's the list. If they saw pictures of him at the Smithsonian, but how many people saw that?
yeah. Plus, you would probably just assume it was like an ancestor or something.
Yeah, not the actual guy.
Well, they also don't say at the Smithsonian that he became the Winter Soldier.
Right. They just say he's gone. He died.
I'm just gonna plug in my laptop real quick.
Okay.
Video games.
Yep. Boom.
Switzerland.
No, Sam's been like one of my favorite characters in the MCU even before this. I'm betting it's going to be even more so now.
Yeah,
no
well,
doubt.
we're getting more of like his character because we didn't know
Yeah.
any of this before.
Getting a Sam series is going to be great.
Uh-oh.
Oh no, is he with the Flag Smashers or?
No, but he's there investigating, which never ends well.
Yeah.
There she is.
Oh yeah, we've seen her in the previews.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Whoa!
Whoa. The hell?
Damn.
Okay, these guys like powered or
He had to have been. He landed pretty hard.
that was like at least a 15-20 foot drop.
That was a superhero landing.
Superhero landing.
No.
Plus, those bags of money aren't light.
Oh yeah, no, those can't be light. Oh,
Sorry. Take the mask off.
right?
Yep, they're powered.
Oh!
Oh, yeah. they're- yeah, that
That's not gonna help you.
Oh, my neck and my back.
Oh!
My back hurts.
Hey. That's gotta hurt. Damn.
I don't think that went well.
No.
I don't think this is going well either.
Why would he try to do that himself?
Oh no.
It's a War Machine moment. That's annoying.
Wow. Oh.
I think Tony Stark is probably fine. Well before.
Oh yeah, here. Wow. Oh. That's got to be a weird situation.
You should know that.
Right?
It's a big bank. They don't care.
Oh, no. Jesus.
They're gonna sign an autograph.
Oh,
Ugh.
yeah. There we go.
Guy's
Pretty
dumb.
close.
If
Are
you
you
say yes to the
serious?
loan,
Oh. Damn it. Thanks, suck. I don't even help out an Avenger.
you're not getting a loan.
Wow. How is he gonna... I want to learn more about his parents now. What's their deal?
He said their dad was a giant. So
Yeah. So what
does
did he
that
do
mean?
in New Orleans? Or Louisiana?
It seemed like he had the fishing company.
Probably, yeah. Maybe they made it pretty big before all this happened.
I like that it's not just, you're back, everything's fine.
Yeah, because this is...
For 6 months, you're going to see the consequences.
Yeah. It's only been 6 months after, half the universe came back after 5 years being gone. I love that they're tackling that. Oh. Here we go, the footage, yeah. Yeesh.
Super soldier serum.
Oh, he thinks it.
Mm-hmm. Yep,
It's the guy from earlier.
of course it is.
Damn it.
U.S. agent time.
Yep.
And his name is Sam Wilson, you dick.
Sam isn't, I don't think he would make the decision to only be protecting America.
Well, no. No, of course
That's what they're trying to do with this. Because that's what Captain America was initially about. The concept, not the person.
Yeah. Yeah, here we go.
Shouldn't have given
USA.
up the shield, man. Ooh.
Oh, you
They
done-
just
no.
announced their own Captain America.
Oh, they freaking didn't.
You gave the shield to
go.
the government. What did you expect?
You son of a bitch. Oh, Sam's pissed.
I don't think he's pissed. I think he's disappointed. Wow, he looks smug.
All All right, little baby Kurt Russell.
Nice.
Kurt Russell.
I think he's disappointed. I mean,
Well, yeah.
he did that.
Do you think he's feeling guilty about it?
He
You
wasn't
have
ready.
to.
He wasn't ready to step up. So
Yeah. Well,
I mean,
Well, now he's gonna have to. You know, I don't want to say that was a slow start. I mean, maybe it was, but I liked it.
it had the big action sequence, and then we got into really deep character stuff that we haven't seen with either of these guys before.
I think that's what I'm loving about these Disney Plus series so far is that we get more character development in these than almost a lot of times in the movies.
Well, there's room for it.
right.
Exactly. You get, 6 hours worth of stuff rather than 2 to 3.
And I feel like this set up Flag Smasher. We just set up U.S. Agent, and I think Flag Smasher actually set up why Zemo's going to come in, because he's all against the super soldiers.
Yeah. Well, then I'm just thinking too. We didn't see Zemo. We didn't see Sharon Carter. We didn't see. We saw U.S. Agent for 3 seconds.
Well, we didn't even see Sam and Bucky interact.
No, they
That's
haven't even
right.
seen each
They
other.
haven't even
probably.
teamed up yet. No.
They haven't
They
even
probably-
texted.
They probably haven't seen each other since Endgame.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Yeah.
Sam's been trying to keep in contact.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a lot of stuff there.
They're good.
One thing they addressed what I was kind of like teasing at before, and I was really hoping going into this series that they'd go into, and they really like went into it maybe even deeper than I thought about. The thought that they would was kind of the whole. So like in history, there's a dichotomy in Black America with the not just the American flag, but Black service in the military. And like Black Americans have participated in every single war throughout American history. But there's this thing where when you come back from war, you're still treated with racism, and you go overseas and you're treated like a human being, and then you come back to your own country and you're not given the same rights or opportunities. So I think that was really interesting how they had the whole bank scene, because getting loans is like a reoccurring theme in the Black community and a lot of minority communities about not being able to get access to funds.
To money.
So I think that's like, yeah. And I mean, I think that they're really doing a lot of interesting things, layering a lot of stuff that the MCU doesn't necessarily do up until this point. So I think I think the slow point parts, you might have heard like a lot of the early reviews that it's slow, but I think the slow parts really like add a lot of depth and layers to like what we could expect.
Yeah.
Also, I just realized the episode's titled New World Order. I mean, that's a telling title.
Absolutely.
NWO.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, no, I thought this one was pretty slow, but I think it's the first episode. It's supposed to be the starter episode. They're kind of introducing kind of like the plot points that we're gonna get moving forward. I think there's 6 total episodes of this show, so in the next episode, things should start to ramp up in terms of we're gonna get a big dose of U.S. Agent. I'm thinking.
Oh, yeah.
Because they just introduced him.
I'm betting a lot of U.S. Agent backstory next one.
I bet that's what brings Sam and Bucky together is, can you believe what they did with Captain America's legacy?
Like, you're not going to believe what they just did.
Exactly. And I think, we're going to see some of U.S. Agent's corruption and all that's going to
totally.
start. Yeah. So they
Do you
definitely
think we're going to
set
see
it up.
that? Do you think we're going to see that next episode, or are they going to set him up as kind of like a hero?
I think they'll probably start off as a hero, but maybe slowly start giving teases that he's not what he seems like he's supposed to be.
I think he's going to seem more like a propaganda tool at first, and then when we get back and actually see him without the mask, he's just a jerk.
Kind of like
I think
kinda
they
like
might
how-
actually go ahead.
Yeah, kind of like how Cap originally was in the beginning. Like,
The
Yeah.
USO tours.
yeah, totally.
I could see them actually like staging stuff for him to come in and save the day, just to
Yeah.
Staged attacks.
Oh,
stage
right.
attacks. Yeah,
I didn't even think about that. That could be
1,000%. 1,000%.
Yeah.
The Uncle Sam comment was interesting too, because it really sets him up as like the true American. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
and I think that's really interesting. I mean, what we're getting here too is like a conversation of like who could be a true American. That's kind of like what the show is about, and you know what I mean. And it's really interesting where they're going with this, and that they're not backing away.
I also like what's the real legacy of Captain America? Is it protecting people and protecting the world, or is it like just being for the USA only?
All right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Right. Well, I always thought like, Superman, it's kind of like the Superman Captain America thing where Superman has the ability to go everywhere Like he can go save somebody in China. He can save somebody in Mexico. He can be all over. Captain America can't really. I mean, can't really be on that level as Superman. So
No,
yeah, unless they like set out on a mission together or something like that. But I do like Bucky's kind of little arc too, in terms of going through names on his list and trying to make amends, or not sure what he's doing, trying to get closure. Maybe.
Yeah, I like the dichotomy of, oh, well, my amends with someone who's a bad guy is I get them arrested and I can kind of do what I want with that. My amends to someone who's an innocent, I don't know what to do with that.
Yeah. And I love the fact that they're really tackling the whole PTSD thing. Because, I mean, like I was saying earlier, he and like Wanda and Thor are probably some of the most traumatic or like troubled people in the entire MCU. And I think the series is finally going to go into that for Bucky.
I like that we're seeing the PTSD and like the heroes. And I hope we see it also in the people that have either been stuck in this weird world for 5 years, or even the people that got back, because coming back 5 years and just everything moving on, that has to be crazy traumatic as well.
Yeah, right? I think you might have mentioned it, Caitlin, during the episode that like we're actually seeing like consequences, or the consequences for the actions that are happening. It's not just the cartoon action and then they just move on to the next thing. I think that we're having enough time to breathe and really figure out like what actually were the ramifications of everything that's been going on,
Yeah. Because the Spider-Man, the second Spider-Man movie was like the first thing we saw after Endgame. And you don't have a lot of room to be like, okay, let's really dig into the consequences, and they don't. Whereas with WandaVision and now with Falcon and Winter Soldier, WandaVision was a bit more personal for her and a little bit probably like in Monica and a little bit with Sword. And then here we're seeing it on a much larger scale of the world changed for 5 years. Half of every living creature was gone, and then all of a sudden they pop back up. So everything's different for the people that were here, but also the people that came back, because it's not the same world.
And actually that makes
just real quick before you go back, I love the fact that these first two Disney Plus shows are focusing on 4 people that 3 of them were snapped out of existence: Wanda, Bucky, and Sam. And Vision died in Infinity War. Like, he's gone. Like, that's really interesting to me, how all of them were either dead or gone for 5 years.
Loki too. Next, he was dead too. So
well, it's just a different Loki.
Yeah,
for
sure.
That's right.
Yeah, and then and real quick, I just want to thank everybody in the chat that's been kind of following along with us. We got the Power Bunny, Adam, Dylan, Bryn's been putting up some good comments and stuff.
What's up, Bryn?
Yeah, here we go. Dylan asks, what do you think is going to happen with the Flag Smashers? Super soldiers or mutants? Ooh, that's
I think super soldiers. Super soldiers.
Have to be super soldiers.
I would love super soldiers because of Zemo.
I lean super soldiers too, but I've heard they're doing Madripoor in this series, which is what the original home for Wolverine and stuff like that. This series could introduce some. It could do X-Men. It could do Inhumans. I mean, this series has the potential to do some serious stuff.
I think it could. I think a lot of people are expecting the mutants, even with Madripoor being confirmed. But I think that this show is going to be about super soldier serum, just in general, about like just enhanced humans versus real humans, and I think that's
they use it on their boy.
A through line.
They use it on their boy, U.S. Agent. I mean, that's
right. Exactly.
Yeah.
And then as we mentioned before, Bucky, is super powered as well, and Falcon's the only one that's not. So I think that's going to be kind of eventually an issue during the show.
I could see maybe a tease, like when they're in Madripoor, maybe with mutants, like just a tease, not really getting into it. But I mean, I think this show is, and it's like obviously, but it's hugely impacted by Captain America, because like the super soldier serum. Who's the next Captain America? Like, legacy is a huge aspect of this show. So I think bringing in mutants now instead of kind of focusing on the super soldier serum and everything that ties into that, Captain America, Bucky, apparently the Flag Smashers, probably Zemo, would just kind of be like veering into off-road.
Yeah.
I agree with Brax too, in terms of this kind of felt like an allegory to veterans coming back after war, in terms of like Falcon having to readjust to society, Bucky coming back with PTSD, Just coming back from the blip. So this whole kind of first episode felt like similar vibes to that.
Yeah. Also,
Yeah, I mean-
another question from Dylan, real quick. What about Skrulls? I mean, I love the way they did the Skrulls WandaVision at the end. I'm not sure if they'll go Skrulls in this one because they don't really have any connection to Sam or Bucky or anything like that. But I mean, Secret Invasion's coming up sometime next year, so that's going to have to be set up somehow.
I'd say if we see them, it's going to be similar to WandaVision, where it's like a post-credit scene.
I agree. Yeah.
Yeah, if I had to bet, I would bet that we wouldn't see it at all.
Yeah.
And that made me think of the Smithsonian too, because I was thinking about it, how it keeps coming back up and up, and it's really interesting how like the Smithsonian is meant to for the characters to look back at history and appreciate history, but I think this show was really about. I think at some point we're going to have another scene in the Smithsonian where Sam decides to look forward and do something different. I think that's what this is really about. Like where it's kind of like, this is where America's been and where is America going to go? I think that's what the show's about. I think that's really cool.
I could see that for sure. Yeah. And also real quick before we move on to the actual show, shout out to the late great Stan Lee, who had one of my favorite cameos in the Smithsonian and Winter Soldier. I am so fired. That was one of my favorites.
I forgot.
Did you guys?
I just remember.
Did you guys notice the difference in time of the episodes, the longer episode time? Because it really flew by for me.
It kind of did for me too, honestly. It didn't feel like 45 minutes.
I noticed it more because we were able to dive into multiple storylines in a way we weren't as able to with the WandaVision when they were as short. Like, we really got into Bucky's like nightmares and this whole amends thing. We got into Sam coming home and having to deal with the financial issues in his family, and we got into kind of that little investigation into Flag Smashers, and then we also introduced U.S. Agent. So that was, to me, the way that I noticed it, but it wasn't because it was like, oh man, this is so long or something like that.
All right. Now this felt like the last episode of WandaVision in terms of lengthwise.
I think they were both pretty close. Yeah.
Yeah. I thought, it wasn't like too slow, and it wasn't like it didn't go by super fast. I thought pacing was just right, actually. And like Caitlin said, just switching from storyline to storyline and kind of setting everything up was like seamless to me.
Another interesting thing I thought about the show was how they like weaved in the shadow of Steve Rogers throughout the episode. He was the first piece of dialogue in the show was from Steve. Obviously, we mentioned the museum and all the different lines allusions from different movies. Do you think, we kind of touched on a little bit, do you think that this show is going to end up at the end with Sam or Steve giving the thumbs up, or are they going to leave it alone?
I mean, I don't know about Steve giving the thumbs up, but I do think I think probably the last episode is going to be Sam like really firmly taking a hold of the Captain America mantle.
Doesn't Steve give a thumbs up in that Smithsonian video from Winter Soldier, like to the camera at one point?
Just say it one more time.
Doesn't in the Winter Soldier, like the little video that they had playing at the Smithsonian, didn't Steve give a thumbs up like to the camera at one point? Because I could see them essentially using that.
I'll have to watch that again and see.
Yeah, Dylan Pollard in the chat says, who's gonna take up the mantle at the end of the show? Is it gonna be Buck or Sam? He says, I'm hoping for Buck.
I don't think Bucky can. And the reason I don't think Bucky can is I don't think you can do the things he's done and really you can redeem yourself to a degree, but I don't think you can be someone who has done all these things and then go, I'm the hero of everything. I think the redemption is going to be more about forgiving himself than looking for forgiveness from the world.
I think it's going to be, I think it's going to be Sam. Just this whole maybe show is going to work into the very first line he said in terms of this shield feels like it was for somebody else. His whole show is going to work to him feeling worthy of the shield, and at the end, he's going to take the shield and the mantle.
I mean, you could look back at Endgame. I mean, they set it up from there where it's not even a controversy, where Bucky was like, the shield is yours, man. He gave him that look,
Yeah, and I think I think with Bucky too, like what Caitlin was saying, I completely agree with. I think Bucky needs to be able to find himself before he can take on any of that extra responsibility, because he's been through so much like pain and trauma and torture over basically his entire adult life. This is the first series or show or anything where he's been able to be himself since Captain America, the First Avenger, like truly be himself. Right. So he's got to find himself first before he can take on, the Captain America responsibility.
Oh, 1000%. He's dug such a deep hole. He's just trying to get he's trying to tread water. He's just trying to get above water. He's not trying to fly yet.
Yeah, he had that great line in the episode where he was like, I just spent 70 or I forgot how many years he
90,
said. But he
90
was like,
years going from one battle to
after
another.
Fight. Yeah. So.
Yeah.
Another thing I thought was really interesting was the Flag Smashers and their motivations. Because it seemed like, it's logical. I mean, they want a world without borders. They're, you know what I mean? Like, what did you guys think about kind of how they set up the mystery of the Flag Smashers?
I loved that they want us to go back to how it was during the blip, because that never occurred to me as a motivation for a terrorist group. That's so interesting. And then the having no borders, it's one of those things where you're like, conceptually, okay, I see where you're coming from. Practically, probably wouldn't work in your execution.
Like, what do they like specifically mean? No borders is like no literal borders, like in terms of like real estate, or what are they talking about there?
Well, I think the new Captain America kind of kicked that idea out the window too.
Yeah. Yeah, no, and I was thinking of a question that I want to try to get our chat people involved, because like the few people who've got watching. I mean, thank you guys so much for sticking with us the whole episode. I was thinking about this whole U.S. agent thing, and how he's gonna play into the rest of the series and everything. Like, how do we think his path is gonna go? Is he gonna be mostly propaganda? Is he gonna be just a straight up douchebag villain type thing early, or? And
how do you think Captain America versus U.S. Agent as a title will come into play?
Love that.
I think that I think initially he's going to think he's doing the right thing, and I feel like there's got to be, we're going to find out whoever's pushing, I mean, they have the spokesperson, the guy that was at the presentation, then also who presented him at the end. But there's got to be someone behind that's really, the government force that's really pushing them out there. And I think that's going to be kind of the mystery behind them, and that's going to show the cracks in the superhero shell. Yeah.
I think, I don't know, I'm going to a different angle on it. I think like they might actually make him like racist. I think like
just a straight up douche.
Like he'll say some snide remarks, some racist remarks. I think they'll kind of build him up as this hero, but after like saving somebody, he'll say something off to the side, like I think they'll give him that angle.
That's actually a great point.
That Fox News vibe.
Yeah.
And like, do we think it's going to be all him that's, the evil side of it? Or is it going to be the government trying to, push him further into that? I just thought of something, ridiculously crazy 2 seconds ago. What if Hydra pops up again?
Possible. I think what they're setting up, just like Bucky's, they're set up that Bucky's like conflict is internal. Mm-hmm. I think that they're setting up that Sam's conflict is going to be with the government, because it's going to make him question. That's going to make him question himself, because he's a government man. All right.
Yeah, just like Steve.
Yeah.
Right. Exactly. So I think that's ultimately where they have to go.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I think that U.S. Agent, New Captain America, whatever we want to call him at the moment, I think that he will definitely have that kind of scary conservative vibe. I also think he's someone that he thinks he should be the new Captain America. He's like, I've loved Captain America since I was a kid. I'm a soldier. I'm the right person for this. So I think he's going to get manipulated, but I think it's going to be less of him being like full on villain and more of him just being like, well, this is my right.
Ooh, yeah, he's entitled.
Entitled.
Yeah,
especially in this day and age.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
No, yeah.
He could 100%. Totally be like somebody, close to our ages or whatever, like thinking that he's like,
I deserve to be Captain America.
King shit.
Exactly.
He looked really smug when he came out. His little smile.
His smile.
Oh,
I could just see him grinning
absolutely.
already. Like, just giving that side grin to somebody.
And like that trailer is running out like on the whatever it is, football field or whatever.
Yeah, for
like
sure.
That. Yeah,
I
it's
can't
like,
wait to see where that comes into play.
Mr. USA.
Yeah. Also, how did both Russells turn into villains in the MCU? I mean, Kurt Russell was Ego in Guardians 2, and now Wyatt Russell doing this. Well, who's Kate Hudson going to play is my question. Or Goldie Hawn.
This is actually a cool comment. He says, I guess Dylan Pollard says, I guess you could think of it of this as like the Justin Hammer version of Cap.
Ooh,
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
I like it. And I loved Justin Hammer in Iron Man 2. I don't know if I'm the
I loved
there.
it too. No, I loved
He
it.
was amazing.
Yeah, that just like a stupid dance on stage. That totally fits what I'm thinking about U.S. Agent. He's just like dancing on the football field. You're like, God, really?
I thought that was hilarious. The little dance.
Oh, it was great.
Do you think Rhodey's gonna pop back up?
Oh yeah.
I don't know
I
about
think so.
how much, but I could see him coming back.
I think it's less fighting and more of a like
Mentor kind of thing.
Friend mentor type thing.
Do we think anything from this series is going to set up Armor Wars at all?
I would guess a post credit.
I think that he's there. I don't, just like it was mentioned, I don't think we'll see him in this Iron Man suit. I think he's there to kind of to hammer home the notion of just a black service in the military and a mentor. I think that's just really like it's you know what I mean, like because I mean it's the same. They both, because they're putting it through the prism of the Avengers, but they're both high ranking, right? And he's even higher ranking, obviously. You know what I mean? So like he has to be someone that he can go talk to.
Is Sam enlisted or officer?
They've never given him a rank, I think.
Because Rhodey's an officer.
He just said he was a pararescue in Winter Soldier when we first met him, but I don't think they've actually given him like a rank or a title or anything.
That actually totally reminds me of something. So in Winter Soldier, like he says he lost his wingman, and when we saw him in the entire battle sequence in the first like opening of the episode, it's him on his own. So I'm really excited to see him having to deal with the partnership of Bucky, not only because it's Bucky for him, but also like him and Captain America. Yes, it was a partnership to a degree, but it was still Captain America is the lead. So I'm really interested to see how kind of like if it comes up with like the trauma of I already lost a partner before, now I have to have a new partner. I don't know how to deal with that.
I think Sam is more of like sound mind right now too over Bucky. So I think he might take that leadership role in terms of, he's kind of being the coach to Bucky a little bit.
I just can't wait for 5 more hours of, can you move your seat up? No.
They need to meet up already. They need to meet up already and start.
Seriously, like I loved their whole thing in Civil War, and that's one of my favorite relationships in the whole MCU so far.
Yeah, I also liked a lot of the supporting characters that they introduced too. Speaking of sidekicks, I liked his Torres is his name, I think.
Yeah,
who they
Torres.
introduced. Yeah. I think he was.
I
really
liked
cool.
him. Yeah.
Yeah, I think he's like a cool kind of like a little sidekick to Sam, you know what I mean? And then also the return of Batroc. And he escaped.
Great.
He escaped, so he'll be back too.
Oh, he'll definitely be back.
Also, it's interesting for me too. I didn't really think about is that like Sam is obviously like an electrical engineer, hooking up Red Wing and all that kind of stuff.
Smart dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He could do more than pull a parachute, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially because that's Stark tech. That is not just like.
That's not
it's not easy.
That's not plugging in, an HDMI cord to a TV or something.
Yeah, you mess that up. It's like next time you're going to get your wings to pop out. Nope,
you're dead. Yeah. And you know what? I really, really hope they continue with that, because that's, I think, one of my only complaints about the Cap trilogy, especially Cap 1, is they don't focus on how smart Steve is. Like, especially after he gets the serum, becomes Captain America, they kind of throw that to the side only outside of a couple moments. It's
more like guts and instinct for Cap in terms of the kind of like, he's just has these instincts, or he's has this heart of gold. They don't. You're right. They really don't touch on like his intelligence at all.
No, he's a smart dude.
Yeah, and I'm loving. Go ahead.
Especially because he's next to Tony Stark, so often in the next movies. Like, I mean, Tony's gonna make anybody look stupid in comparison because he's Tony Stark. But because Cap was next to him for every moment of the Avengers saga, Civil War, everything, it didn't paint him in a great light, honestly, which I don't think he deserved.
You just reminded me too of why I like Doctor Strange's interactions with Tony Stark so much because Doctor Strange is one of the only people that can make Tony feel dumb because he doesn't know anything about like magic and sorcery. Yeah. So
plus Doctor Strange is just like intelligent because he was a neurosurgeon.
Right. Yeah, Doctor Strange to me is Tony Stark without quite the charm or the nuance. He's just a little bit more of an asshole.
Facts.
Yeah. No, their whole thing in Infinity War was amazing.
Mm-hmm. And I'm liking that we're able to dive into these different aspects because like revealing that Sam has this electrical engineering knowledge and getting into the trauma of Bucky and kind of his like he wants redemption, and I think he can't tell that guy that he killed his son because becoming a friend is the only way he knows how to do that right now. I wish we'd been able to do that more with Steve because yes, he's smart. He was the only one who figured out how to get the flag by taking out the rod, so the pole falls. He was also a really good artist.
Yes, he hasn't done that in like 3 movies at least. Yeah, and also another good question from Dylan. What role do we think Sharon Carter's going to play in all this? I can't wait to see her come back.
That's
very interesting.
Does it feel like they've been hiding her forever?
Well, she's been hiding.
Well, she hasn't been in place in Civil War.
Well, remember she stole the shield and the Falcon like wings from the CIA.
That was the last we saw.
Oh, right.
Do you think she was blipped?
I have this weird conspiracy theory that actually, Marvel. Go ahead.
I'm pretty sure Sharon was blipped because I was watching Endgame the other night, actually, the beginning of it, and it looked like she popped up on that big screen where they were going through all the people that blipped once Tony came back to Earth.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure I saw her.
TC, what's your point?
Oh, I was going to say, let me put on my tinfoil hat. I think,
oh boy,
they're just kind of hiding Sharon just because of the whole her and Steve relationship and how it was kind of awkward.
That was weird. Yeah.
It was very weird. Well, right? Especially because he ends up with Peggy in the end anyways.
Exactly.
Well, what's funny is if you watch the Sharon Carter Little Legends thing, they don't show the kiss with Steve. They like cut out right before it happens.
Oh,
I need to watch that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good one. Yeah. Well, I love like those parts that we've seen her from in the trailers and the stuff that we've seen on merchandise and everything. She's totally on the run, like a total fugitive vibe right now. And I'm sure that has to do with the Accords because, she helped out Steve and Bucky and Sam and everything during Civil War.
And so technically the Winter Soldier in like just by an accomplice way.
Exactly.
Yep. It would make sense. It makes sense for her to be able to give information to Sam and Bucky about, where Zemo is, maybe where, some more stuff about the Flag Smashers, something to move the plot.
Yeah.
What episode do you think she'll pop up in? I think it'll be a minute.
I think either 2, 3 at the latest.
Okay.
I can agree with that. I agree too.
Because if I might be remembering this wrong, but it looked like in the trailers they ran into her the first time when Sam and Bucky were chasing or fighting someone.
Yeah. I mean, Sam and Bucky have to meet up in the next episode, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm betting over this U.S. agent thing.
Oh, yeah. They're going to see that and they're going to be like, what the hell?
Yeah, Bucky's he's gonna answer the text.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Literally his first text back to Sam is going to be WTF.
Yeah. This motherfucker.
He's gonna send a picture. He's gonna send a picture of Bucky. He's gonna say, "This you? This you?"
His first text to Sam is gonna be, "You lost the shield."
New Cap. Who dis?
Right. Yeah. Exactly. Right. Yeah. All right, so let's bring this back a little bit for a full circle. I want to bring it back to Super Soldier Serum. Do we think by the end of the series that Sam is going to end up being super powered? Is that going to be part of his arc, or is part of his arc going to be that I don't need that?
I'm leaning more until I don't need it.
Yeah.
I want him to get it. Even though, like, I understand the arc where it's like, I don't need it. I can stand without it. But I don't know. I just think that it would enhance not the character, but it would enhance his abilities in
Yeah,
terms
yeah.
of being Captain America, right? He's actually metahuman now.
Like, how do you throw that shield without super strength? You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
Yeah.
Like-
Well, then also too, we haven't seen like a successful super soldier serum really outside of Cap, maybe Bucky. We don't know exactly what the serum was because they tried it. They tried the thing with Hulk before Cap 1 even came out, and we didn't even know about Cap then. So I'll be really, really interested to see where they go developing that story.
Do you
I'm
think
not
it was successful with U.S. Agent?
Right. That could be a
Right.
start.
I'm not saying like I want him to go in and be like, okay, I want the serum, and then they inject
Yeah.
it. Right. I want it to have.
Right.
I want it to happen on accident somehow. Right.
okay,
Oh,
yeah,
that'd be
I'm with that.
That'd be
I'm
cool.
with that.
I
Or
can see that.
forced. Yeah.
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 I'm really hoping they bring in the comic miniseries of the Captain America Truth thing, because I want to see that with Sam.
Okay.
That would be the only reason I would want to see old Steve pop up, is at the end to kind of have that ending from the comic and Sam be there to be too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
well,
for sure.
Didn't something come out recently about Kevin Feige saying that Captain America is just not going to show up anymore?
He
Or was
said-
Oh,
it-
yeah, I
said
think that was
that.
either today or yesterday.
but who knows if that is misleading or whatever. But to your point, Caitlin, Joe interviewed the writer, and I made sure to have him ask about it, and he said that Truth is heavily inspires the show. So we're gonna get that.
Good. I
We're
love
gonna
that.
get that
It's
flavor.
tragic
Yeah.
and just and I think that's one of the reasons I can't.
You see in the chat, he
Yeah.
trips over an ottoman and lands on a syringe with the super soldier serum.
That's the only way I'll accept it.
Perfect.
I was gonna say though, that's the reason I'm kind of unsure of what I want in regards to Sam getting the super soldier serum. Is that
Yeah.
that story specifically? Is because I don't know what would be better, him getting it or not.
Yeah, because the allegory of the super soldier serum is steroids. I mean, that's what it is.
Right.
So it'll be interesting to see how they go. Yeah, absolutely.
It also,
sure.
they might want to dive into that further too and say that maybe the side effects of this super soldier serum that's not like officially, I don't know, figured out yet, that it has roid rage or has like this angered edge to it.
Maybe that
where-
could be the U.S. agent thing.
Well, let's give a little background for the Truth series that we're talking about. So in the series, basically, they explore the secret history of the super soldier serum, and it's an allusion to real life history where Black communities were experimented on during the Tuskegee Project for, was it polio? I believe it was polio. And they gave them, and they were doing experiments on them before they actually gave out the real vaccine and
without
cured
telling
the
them what was
disease.
happening.
Absolutely, and it was for years and years and years. So like the in the comics, they did a similar deal where they experimented on people way before Steve Rogers with the super soldier serum, and it didn't work that well.
Right.
Okay.
This is how they perfected it before they gave it to someone like Steve Rogers.
Kind of like the Red Skull stuff.
Similar.
Except these guys didn't volunteer.
Right, and they weren't trying to conquer the planet
It
and
was
all that
forced.
kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they didn't
100%.
really, because they didn't really know what was happening at all. It was get on the truck or else.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so this series has a lot of different ways it can go. It's pretty exciting. So let's give quick expectations for the next episode so we can wrap this up. And I'm excited, man. I'm excited.
Me too.
What are you look forward to, Rich?
Sam and Bucky meeting again, obviously. We got to get some U.S. agent backstory. I can't wait to see more on him. And I hope we get a little tease of at least what Sharon and Zemo are doing. Also, interesting thing in the comments from So Smooth 3000, Isaiah Washington, the whole Patriot thing. Because there's been rumors that Patriot's going to show up in this series to,
And that would tie in Truth.
Yeah, and get the whole Young Avengers thing going.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. Yeah, Isaiah Bradley was rumored to have been cast in the show, so that connects it all together.
Right, because that directly would tie it to Truth, so that would be amazing.
Mm-hmm.
And
For sure.
that'd be just an entirely new level of Sam becoming Captain America as well.
Absolutely. And then, side note for because we're comic nerds, Isaiah Bradley's the original Captain America, the secret history Captain America.
Yeah.
So awesome. Well, I'm excited. Let's wrap it up for this week. Thank you all for joining us. And Caitlin, say goodbye. Wrap out.
Well, next week, a lot to look forward to. Hopefully, Sam and Bucky coming together and some U.S. agent action, like Richard said, and more flag smashers, because that was some interesting stuff to bring in. So
they smashed some flags.
Yeah. So join us again right here next week for more Falcon and the Winter Soldier and nerding out.
There we go. Illuminerdi out. Thanks for joining. Bye-bye, guys.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, guys.